write the song you need to hear. When you've done it, tell me how. Where I walked the day Amelia died is where you'll find me now. I dreamt of gutting billionaires. When I woke, the blood was gone. For a flash I'd seen the hope I peddled in the white beyond. So write the song you need to hear. Write it on the palm of your hand. When the world is drowned in flames, write something you can understand. Go small, go small, go small, go small. 'Cause when you try to see it all, you'll see the earth is radiantly suicidal. Well, the earth is radiantly suicidal. So if there's any play in favor of survival, it's go small. Gonna build the room I need to live in. Gonna plant a garden in my head. And paint the rights of Lupercalia in the spot above my bed. Write the song you need to hear, even if it amputates the sky. Even if it's gone a second later, it'll be okay. 'Cause I go small, go small, go small, go small. 'Cause when you try to see it all, you'll see the earth is radiantly suicidal. Yeah, the earth is radiantly suicidal. And I've seen the cycle walked 1,000 miles, traced along the spiral, global to the tribal. I have checked the vitals, virus to the viral, all for no arrival. Nor can I connive the death of 45 to free the border child, and crow the forest wild. And all along the while I lay aside the lie that there's a mighty idol somewhere in the primal pit to find a rival. This is my denial, breaking of the vial, laying down the rifle, taking in the quiet, I whisper to remind you.
Hey, Wayne. How are you doing? Long time no talk. We have gone through the vast majority. The vast majority of the bugs. But we haven't gone through your entire submitted list. Right now we are standing at. Let me see. Let me take a look at the magic list. 21 items remaining, 10 items in progress, and 75 or 76, 75 items taken care of. We got a few things on our wish list, though. We got, let's see, well, we got a bunch of stuff added to our wish list. Oh, hello, Lizzie. Lizzie thought she would be able to, interrupt. It's always just, she has just this mind. She knows a certain time of day when I'm particularly busy to just get right in my business, right in my face. And now she's like, oh, he's streaming. He's not going to want to pay attention to me. I'm going to leave the room and make a lot of noise on the way out. That's you, Lizzie. Love you dearly. Okay, work offline. I got two things that I immediately want to do. I want to add some buoys to the game world, and just a few off the coast, probably about 3. Just probably so that players can judge where they are if they're not even staring on the screen. I just like to have ones where when you're out on the coast of the islands, you're always going to hear a distinct clanging of the buoys. And fortunately, Turbo Squid, bless their soul, has a FBX for free. That is perfect. Low poly and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the textures as well. They're probably all in like freaking zip format, but you know what you gotta do. Roughness. And actually, considering they're going to be so far off the coast, nobody's ever going to see them. There's just sort of pointless if making them really detailed. The color map is just enough, really. Um, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, there are the maps. The rare. Oh, I could just drag those suckers right in, and I'm going to put them in our stuff. Yeah, and Wayne, I really hate to say this, but there are some bugs that you found. I mean, you did a really good job of testing the living hell out of of that intro quest, but some of the stuff, such as an extreme, some of the stuff. We're right now, considering we're just shooting for the beta. Trust me, we're keeping your bug reports in record, but we're approaching that first mission as if when somebody plays it for the first time, they're going to follow Susie. They're not going to run too far ahead of her or anything. Uh, Trust me, we will be bug hunting and taking care of those issues eventually. But right now, there are just so many issues that are far more pressing. Eventually, but trust me, we have taken into account the majority and fixed the vast majority of the things that you reported. If we scroll through here, I mean, trust me, some of the stuff, all the stuff down here, there are quite a few things in there from here we've taken care of. So, our stuff, everything, I'm just going to stick this into our, let's see. I'm just going to stick this to prefabs, and I'm going to create a folder for it, just for the buoy. And you know, this is one of those evenings where, you know, all I could say, I mean, I've been watching news all day, and of course that puts me in the great, mind frame that we always have when you watch a lot of news when the bad things are going on. But we have supporters, and we have Muslim supporters. We have supporters in Muslim countries. In fact, we got our first supporter in Morocco just recently. We have supporters in UAE and a couple of I forget we have another, but a predominantly Muslim country from which we get support. Oh yeah, I think it's Indonesia. Or Malaysia. In fact, we have supporters in both of those. I know one of those is. I'm so very sorry, stupid American. But anyway, here's the problem: is that I've been seeing this crap going on since I was a kid, and there's nothing you could say. There's absolutely nothing you could say, and I mean, I hate to say it. It's sort of like the same thing after we had Columbine shooting here in the United States. Apparently, this is what we want. We've spent decades and so many times said we're going to do something about it. And I remember when Yitzhak Rabin was, assassinated. And then I also remember when they dedicated Rabin Square as a place for peaceful, et cetera, et cetera. And then the next government just paved over it. I wonder if Rabin Square even exists anymore. And it's like, God, I mean, at a certain point, you realize you wish the best for both sides, but this is what they want. It's one of those things that like prompts a question: are humans worth bringing back? It just sucks. Is all you say. It sucks. And I mean, there's just really no point in even trying to. Anyway, I really should go into it, but. And by the way, just in case anybody's like, oh my goodness, Bloomrick, my mother was Baptist and my father was Catholic. I get a lot of that kind of crap, unfortunately. I mean, anybody with a Germanic name, for some reason, this country is assumed to be either Jewish or a recent immigrant. So, for some reason, that FBX is not coming through. What the heck? What's wrong? Yeah. What the heck? What the heck, buddy? Well, maybe that's why. Maybe I need to bring it into Blender first and convert it. By the way, I've slowly gotten more and more used to Blender. I hated Blender for so many years, but I mean, you just have to use it. I get used to it eventually, because for better or worse, it's free, and being able to just work with something that's free is really advantageous. I mean, I worked with Maya and 3D Studio Max for a lot of years, and I kept on trying to go back to 3D Studio Max, but it just got too expensive. My goodness, it doesn't seem to like this thing. Let's just see here. Oh, hold on, hold on. Is it thinking? It's thinking. Hold on. Let's get. Nope. Yeah, it's not even showing up in the scene collection over here, which is odd. Hold on for a moment. Let me see here. Yeah, it's 19 megabytes. Let's try one last thing. I think that's why maybe it was free. Let's see, copy here. Because it may just be a wonky model. In which case, what we're going to do is we're just going to move on to the next thing, which is re-adding the God rays. So import EX. Ah, actually, no. Let's see here. We see here. Oh, it's probably because it's so freaking huge. What is this? Jeez. Weird. Yeah, there's something I think really wonky with this model. Perhaps. Let me just see here. Okay, this is very odd. There's nothing inside of that model except for a skybox, and I think that's the thing that. Huh, that's odd. Okay, so yeah, the model's wonky. Okay, well, we do what we do. Let's see. Go back to our Unity window here, cause. Oh, hold on. Looky here. Oh yeah, this is my workbench scene. Well, I should be paying attention to the chat over there because I'm pretty sure Wayne may have some input on what I'm talking about over here. Yeah, Wayne. Um, as far as cats getting stuck in things, really the best solution for that is we're going to be working on just eliminating every possible place that the cats can get stuck. I'm pretty sure Lance and I can figure something out, but for the time being, we will be working on that. And like I said, I haven't gone through your entire bug report, your exhaustive bug report, and I need to. And in fact, I just remembered something that I kept on saying I was going to fix, but I never put on the list. For some reason, that remove swimmable area at the southern end of island. That returned. I fixed that. I swear to God I fixed that, but that returned. So let's say we fix that issue right now, because I remember you or somebody else. I think you reported there was another one out by Namaste. Out by the not by the Namaste, but by the greenhouse. The vacation rental up there. I don't think any. I think that's vacation rental. I'm gonna have to look at the wiki again. Yeah, down in this area, back in the day, we had a little puddle in the road here, and that puddle is long gone. But for some reason, it's still that swimmable area is still there, and it is not showing up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the main game world and verify. Maybe it has been removed. Maybe I removed it, and that's why I never put it down. I just want to take another look at that, because I could have sworn it was there. I mean, this prefab here. Let me just open this sucker here. Unbaked. Definitely among the unbaked. Unbaked. Let's see. Let's see here. Just seeing if I put these. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go into the main exterior, and we're just going to see if that thing is still there. Oh, goodness. And while that's doing that, actually, I'm going to go over to my Discord and bring up. I need to get the information on bringing the God rays back in. You know, the volumetric sun shafts of sunlight. Those were stupidly removed from the most recent, beta. I think at one point they were it caused a crash or something. I'm not sure, but hopefully not. Okay, so why isn't this letting me scroll through here? Boy, Discord is actually really wonky here. Okay, cool. But it's not letting me just go into... I think I need to quit out of Discord. Discord's, I think, closed, yeah. It's acting wonky. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the kitty cat down to that little spot down here. We're going to see if they still swim. Yeah, these bug hunts, they are relentless. I think before we made this current beta list, the list of stuff that we went through was about 120 some odd items that we fixed. And I mean, going through this one, Wayne, I'm astounded, and everybody else who might be watching, I'm astounded at the stuff that we left out. For example, if the cat does go into the ocean, we wanted a splashing sound. For some reason, we never included that. And what I also wanted to, I mean, why did we miss that? So let's see here, other things. And by the way, this is going to take a minute to start playing because I restarted the editor, and so we just have to deal with it. It doesn't play this slow in real life. I've said this a million times. I played the free demo. Tell us when you and I are going to have a conversation about the Talos principle, because I get the story, but why did they have... I played the Talos Principle 1. And I get, yes, I mean, in fact, I played Croateam's, I played Serious Sam. I played Croateam's first release, which, by the way, it was a pretty awesome shooter. I mean, they went so over the top. It was fun. Let's see. But I was wondering, okay, to prove its sentience or whatever, why were the robots having to do these stupid things with, like, Tetris pieces? It made absolutely no sense. That would just annoy the living bejesus out of me, for lack of a better term. I mean, the game, the main game, which was literally those puzzles, was so divorced narratively and action-wise from everything else in the game that I couldn't get over that disconnect. I didn't know what I was playing. And I'll look up the Talos Principle too. Oh my goodness, I made a mistake. We're in the middle of the night. We're gonna have to start it again. I can't see anything. Actually, I could have the cat go into crouch, but what's done is done. Let me see, Talos Principle. The next closed beta is going to be out in 7 days on the 17th. That will be 1 month out from the release of the pre-release of the public beta, because we're going to, of course, release it to patrons and everybody for about a month before I release it to the general public, via our Steam. And really, as you saw here, I mean, we're down to 21 items. And really, the only thing on my wish list that I really would like, number one, rain. We've had to put rain on the back because we've got everything worked out. But the problem is, say, for example, you're only controlling one cat or 4 cats via a clouder at a time. We wanted it so that when it starts raining, cats, no matter where they are on the island, would run toward the nearest a sheltered spot. The problem is the AI does not have a complex pathfinder mechanism, and so we were having a problem with the cats passing through colliders when the cats were running toward shelter when rain broke out. So one of the problems that could be fixed about that is, one of the mistakes I think I made is that when it starts raining, I said the clouder, if you have a clouder, it should immediately break up. No. What should happen is you're still in control of the clouder, and now you have to get all four cats to, a sheltered spot. And I think unless there is a cat immediately there, the player will not see the other cats passing through solids. So I'm going to get back to Lance on that. The other thing, what we really would like to do is give cats the ability to go up on carts and get stuff off of upper shelves. Right now, preliminary, the first thing we were trying to get them to push off of shelves were books. The problem is we couldn't ensure that the books were going as physical objects falling down would not get stuck somewhere, or that they would land face side up. And you would say, well, why don't we have just a routine animation and thing and have boys fall on its top? Well, then we're going to have it passing through solid objects, which would break immersion crazily. These are the kind of just crazy detailed things that you have to think about. But anyway, let's go back to, I'm sorry, we should have had this going, but I got into the explanation a little bit too much. So let's go into our enviro here and just change this into daytime and go back to this. And also, I'm going to cover up this thing that shows me how many viewers we have, because I really shouldn't give a crap. Actually, I love everybody who tunes in. Thank you so much for tuning in. But it's like, I don't like looking over there going, oh, I have 4 viewers, I have 7 viewers, I have 3 viewers. It just breaks my concentration. So that's where we are. Okay, the kitty at the day, it's now set at daytime. So let's just do this another time. Let me see. Yeah, Wayne, please take a step back. You've been awesome in doing in your beta testing. You've really found stuff that again, you being able to get into, if you can still get into Greenwood Gardens after this next beta, I'm going to demand a video, because I will show you. I placed huge colliders that literally go all the way down into the freaking Earth's mantle and up into the upper stratosphere. And should be absolutely no way the cats can get, and in the mansion. You should not be able to get into the mansion at all. And both of those cases, if you can still get in there, I'm going to get to be like, hey, I'm sorry, I need to see photographic evidence. So let's see. Ignore that. All right. Yep. Swimming. See? Okay, so that object is still there. So we're going to go into our scene here. Turn off our gizmos. Grab our kitty cat. So, we still have an object here. Okay, what we're going to do here. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to have to go into the prefab itself. It just basically the best way to there is no quick way around. I'm going to have to go into the prefab, expand it, and literally just scan through every item until I see it and remove it. I'd like to be fancy and go, oh, I know where this is. No. In fact, one of the if we work with when we start working with a publisher, I'm gonna say we need a month to really get things in shape, because honest to God, the project is like meatball surgery right now. Everything is just like, gotta get it there now. But we still, just by nature of the way that the project's put together, things have to be categorized in a certain way. So yeah, we're gonna have to go back to our mega, Veg 33 scene, which takes a minute or two to load. I'm gonna save that, yeah. let's see. I'm checking out your I need to break. Yep. Starting. Listen, Wayne. That's one thing. We could make a test version of it for you because every having to go through that every time is a pain in the arse. You know what I'll do is for this next version is we will create a version that's just a test version where you have immediate access to all 9 cats, the entire island, you know, basically, and that way people can really stress test it. So yeah, we'll come out with a test version. Um, okay, tell us, principal. Really? So you and I love the story that you were literally just one of many sort of iterations of this consciousness that was trying to become, you know, trying to pass a test to become intelligent and such. And you were the last thing of humanity. And I mean, reading through the emails and everything. And yeah, I will say, I had to look at cheats for a few of those puzzles, but man, when you were able to figure them out, especially on the higher levels, once you got it and you got them figured out, it did have very close to that portal feeling of yes. And I will say, for that itself, I will say, not bad. It's just that the two elements, like I mean, that's the thing. This underlines what you that I was mentioning earlier. The narrative structure of the puzzles versus the greater story is so different that it just you see that you see I like one side, you like another, and that just drives. I think there could have been a greater integration between the two. I mean, yeah, to test the AI's intelligence, wouldn't they do better than just these spatial reasoning tests where you have to get bits and return them to? It just struck me as you know, but I mean, great puzzles, by the way. No problem with the puzzle construction. Brilliant. I would say straight up, some of the best puzzle construction I've seen. But again, my problem was a narrative disconnect between those two halves of the game. And so I mean, it's like my brain had to switch gears every time I went up to one of those things, or I started having conversation with I forget. There was a philosopher's name in there. I haven't played that. It's like what? William Blake, I think. I think. Anyway, you'll know. Yeah, Wayne. That's another thing. I mean, I've said this many times. There will be books that will be quest items. That once you find the book, you're fine. But we do want to make it so that when people read, they'll find out stuff about the game, about the greater narrative, and they don't have to read them all. But you know, if they want to, they're there. And I will say that the book content that we have so far is kind of flat. It's not the best, but we're getting better. Understand neither Laura or I are great fictional writers, so guilty. But you know, we have actually with any publisher that we worked with, we figured in a full, you know, salary budget for a full-time writer to assist with these things. In fact, if geez, I would like 2 actual like dedicated writers who don't even touch, you know, the technical side, because that's a place where we really need some backup. Trust me. I mean, I really want to fix a wiki up in advance of that because the writers, I mean, there's a hell of a lot of stuff that's been added to the game. But okay, so anyway, that we have not been able to. Okay, a chunk of an output in what I really want to do though. Get that and drag that into its own scene. I don't want to view it within this the context of the greater scene straight up. So what the heck? All right. Let's see. But goodness, let's see. There we go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a new scene. Save our work. And this is where things get really dull, where I'm just going to be hitting the down key for about 10 minutes until we find exactly where our culprit sits. So Okay. Okay, now, yeah. So what we do here is we go expand all. Oh no, I think what we do is it's shift, no, it's shift alt click. There we go. Yeah, actually, that's not a very bad list. I've had to go through far worse. We're going to find this within a couple of minutes. But first, we have to turn on our gizmos. And this is another reason why I wanted to do it in its own main scene, because you guys, the rest of the world, and there's so many things messing with you. You have to just make sure that you're only viewing by itself so you don't miss it. And we're looking for something right over here, by the way, by Willie Dufresne's shed. And yeah, that's a King reference. Dufresne, Shawshank Redemption. There are more. In fact, there's a pet cemetery in here. But I mean, that isn't directly a King reference. Actually, we did not add that until after a certain point in development. I think I added it specifically for our Kickstarter because I mean, we wrote and we wrote it into the story, no problem. In fact, you can't help but make a pet cemetery important. But I got the idea from we have out on Mackworth Island here in Portland. It's a little bit to the northeast of us. The guy who owned it was one of our first governors, Governor Mackworth. He donated the island to the state in perpetuity if they would maintain this graveyard for his dogs. And yeah, it's the same thing in here. Is that one of the original, founding settlers, greatest son of, etc. He has a pet cemetery there where all his pets were, and and successive generations of his family and a lot of people, they wanted their pets in there, and yeah. And here's the thing: is we got so many people saying, "Oh, is that still available? I'll give you $200." And as much as we would have really loved to have gone, okay, sure, bring in the money. Here, we would have had to, if we had satisfied everybody who wanted to have their pet in the pet cemetery in the game, mentioned the entire island would have been a pet cemetery. No joke, from shore to shore, because we had literally hundreds of people asking. And again, boy, we would have been able to fund this game without even going to Patreon had we done that. But again, we're not making a big open world game set in a pet cemetery. So we actually set in only 16 people. Only 16 people were able to get their pets mentioned in there. Or actually, okay. I did not see that anywhere in there. In fact, let's grab. It's not there. It's not there. Okay. Okay. That old thing. Something's rotten in Denmark here, folks. We can't release another beta with that thing there. Because I thought I had gotten rid of it a couple of builds ago, a couple of alphas ago, quite frankly. So, yeah. What I think it may be in... I know exactly... Oh, holy crap. I feel like an idiot. I feel like Ben Carson. God, don't save. Oh, God. I just realized where it is. I feel like such a Doomkopf. Ah. Oh, let's see. That rock that jets out of the toward the lighthouse. Yeah, that's Whaleback. Oh, yeah. Wayne says that one could jump into the water at a certain spot and get respawned beneath the water. And then walk to the white or white. And Wayne, can I say, we have not been able to reproduce your thing of being able to walk from an object. You were able to just walk right off of platforms and walk right off of boxes. For the life of me, I tried for a couple of hours. I tried every one of the locations and we could not replicate it. Um, so I mean, trust me, we took that into account, and we still have a record of it. But there are certain things that we could not replicate on our end. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah, you know what we're gonna do is again, I think next thing is we're going to create a beta that has a story in it and another beta that doesn't. And one of the things that we need to do is we need to send out a general email to everybody who contributed in years past and no longer contributes. But the last beta was so meh. I'm thinking of just letting it like rest. I'm thinking of just letting them know, telling them, listen, you know, we didn't tell you about the first one because, yeah, you know, there are heck so many things that need to be taken care of. Ooh. So this is loading still. Ah, boy. Lizzie, didn't mean to run you out of the house. Mm. But I don't doubt that you were able to walk off things. You sent us so many screenshots and so many instances of the problem happening. But again, Laura, nor Lance were able to replicate that on any of our computers. So here's hoping it didn't happen with the publisher. I mean, guys, here's another reason why I sort of like held off showing this latest beta to the contributors in times past. Is that we put together this beta because there was a publisher that we were talking to, and they were just sort of impatient, and it was sort of up in the air of whether they would say no or yes. And really, considering it was the first publisher that we ever contributed to, we were like, you know, we need to do a dry run, and these people want to see what we have anyway. And really, it wasn't so much that we were sending them the beta. We were sending them what I described as the minimum viable product. And again, I mean, you probably know what that means. It means that everything is there. Doesn't mean it's working great. Doesn't mean that every part of those systems is working. But all the systems are there working together for the first time. So it was more of a minimum viable product than it was a beta. So I think this next one is really going to be the first like proper beta, because again, so much stuff got left out of the last one, and again, all the bug reports that you sent in helped us a lot in figuring out stuff. So okay, we were going to go up here because I think it's in global objects here. Let's see here. Nope. What the hell? Really? That you don't say. And by the way, why is this poor woman still here? I took her out many times. You pointed that out. That's weird that you could even see that. Do you have one of those programs that lets you like just hack into the back end of a program and check things out? Ah, boy. All right. Yeah, and by the way, I'm holding off on doing another update on the Patreon until tomorrow. Um, every time I do an update, we tend to lose quite a few supporters, but the next day we gain a few. So it's like, okay, so there's still something in here that's causing an issue. Lake polygons. There. Okay. Swim trigger collider on the lake. There we go. Yes, this is the wetland. Do we have other swim trigger colliders here? Let me see. Swim. Ah, there we go, baby. Jeez, like I said, why didn't I think about this earlier? You know, this is how we find them. It's just, Okay. Is this by, Oh goodness, these are so old. Some of these are really old. Let me just see here. Okay, this is the lake here, but it looks like the lake has been removed. So I'm gonna have to add that to our because I think I saw that last time. Is that the lake was missing? Uh, yeah. Sometimes we discover stuff or reminded of stuff that we missed. So we okay. Place wetlands back in and move that up to 22. All right. So we got a swim trigger collider there, but the lake polygon for some reason is not showing up, or maybe the texture's screwed up. Let me see the material. Yeah, the shader looks screwy. We're gonna have to take a look at that later. I'm not here for this. I'm here for the other thing. So we have to go swim trigger, swim tr. Okay, so wow, we have two swim trigger colliders there. That's odd. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. We're just going through them sequentially until I find the one by Willie. There she be. Har har har. There she be. Okay, get rid of this freaking thing. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. I mean, this was back in the day. I was trying to put like little puddles on the road, and just to punish players that weren't careful and they'd walk through a puddle. Maybe we'll bring them back. Maybe after it rains, a puddle will build and then slowly sink away. But it will just be anything to add. But yeah, we're gonna get rid of this stinking thing. Goodness gracious. That's just stupid. Awesome. Oh, goodness. Taking its sweet time. That's the thing. Every time you say, no, I refuse to. I was making your life so difficult. How dare you? Okay. All right. Apply those overrides. And go over to our master list. And move that to our done list. And yeah, I have to do this each time because it makes me feel good to mark things done. Okay, so buoys. Yeah, we tried doing that, but we had a crappy model that would not work. So I think our next thing is adding God rays. But the place where I have those directions stored is over on my Discord, and I have to restart Discord in order to get that to work. So. I have the stuff required for it. I just forget exactly how it's set up. But I had a conversation over on one of the developer Discords, and I have that still saved over here. So. All right, now let's see here. It partially worked. Okay, wow. Yeah, it's kind of weird why that. What that was. It was the girl model. It was just a FBX that was put in there to test our system. If you crouch, you can see animals in the such. And we also made it so I realized that if you're crouching on one side of the island, you will literally see the outlines of the chickens on the other side of the island. We rein that in, so you only see animals that are closer to you, or only the NPCs that are closest to you will do that. And most of the stuff with the conversation and quest stuff, that I mean, again, when you were like, you can't talk to any of these NPCs after you finish the quest. Absolutely, you should be able to do that. I mean, even if you just go hello and they're saying, hello, and then it ends. I mean, really, you should be always be able to talk to NPCs after the main quest ends. So again, there are just a bunch of like no brainer stuff that otherwise we would not have just thought about had it not been for playtesters. So we solved that issue. God rays. Yes, we have to go to my fire up support and search for. Well, let's see here. OSPP. There it is. That's the beautiful one. Okay. So, volumetric lights extension. Okay, volumetric light renderer. Let's see here. Let's see. To my okay, volumetric light renderer to my camera. And we need to go into the main scene for this, actually, now that we're done with this. Oh! And actually, that was inside of that piece, wasn't it? Or was it inside this chunk of that? Anyway, we're just going to apply that over. No, we applied those overrides, didn't we? I'm going to apply them again, just to be sure. Okay. So, to make sure our God rays are working. And those, again, are the volumetric rays. Let's see. Okay. And while that's loading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Turbo Squid. And I'm going to see if there... And by the way, Turbo Squid is a great just clearinghouse for 3D models that you may need. Now let me see. Turbo Squid. Let me see. I want a BOUY. And we want the cheapest ones first because our budget is, oh boy, we are down to we're scraping it. So let's see, $5, 320. Oh yeah, we also want to make sure that we're at low poly because we don't want any high poly crap. Body. Yeah, these are the kind of buoys. I also would like the flashing light out in the distance, you know. These are the kind of buoys you'd see out on the ocean, actually. $5, 5 simoleons. $5 for a peripheral little thing. It would be good though. Why not? Yeah. I'm just gonna see really quick and see what other options they have. This one is kind of good at 320. Oh, I see another thing. I don't know which one of these are FBX. Oh, FBX, yes, and Blender. This one is, okay, Blender as well. So these two, this one is really just optimal because that's, again, this is what the buoys look like when you're, you know, between the islands. And we are going for authenticity. So, yeah. Add to cart, yep. Let's see, MasterCard 034. Oh no, we are using a different one. Not that one. You know, I think I'm gonna have to run this through one of my personal credit cards. And I'm not gonna do that while I'm streaming, even with just one person, you know? So it is what it is. Let's see. How soon until ChatGPT, Midjourney, or some other AI could create 3D models? Actually, from what I understand, some people have been able to integrate ChatGPT into 3D, into Blender and such. I'm not there yet, and quite frankly, while we do have no problem with using AI content, we're trying to keep it down to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is we're going to add the God rays again, and like I said, you add to the main camera. In fact, there's still stuff to add to the main camera that need to be removed. Oh no, we already removed those. Good lucks. That post process. Our post-process layer has been removed? That's not right. We need a post-process layer. Remove component, revert. Oh, I see, because it's using SMMA and we're already using FXAA. Well, I could just get rid of FXAA. It's just considering we're using our game is just so huge. I just prefer using FXAA because it's a little bit faster. But what we're going to do here now is we're going to use the excuse me, sorry. You have to pardon me. For some reason, my brain just like farted. Like, okay, to my camera, volumetric light renderer. Okay, it's got to think. Light renderer, excellent. And we want to go to volume and volumetric light extension to my directional light on my systems. Volumetric light extension. Okay, now the settings for this is we want to set this to, on renderer, we're going to set that to full. Half. Let's go to full. And go back to our light and set it up as it should be. And for this, I think I'm going to take us to a place that's a little bit deeper in the woods with a little bit more light interrupting things so we can make sure that the God rays are really visible. So what we want to do here is sample count 24, 0.13, 0.01, 0.9, 0.32, 0.32, 0.115, 0.115. We want height fog. And we want ground level at 0. Noise. Yeah, we do want noise. Noise definitely. Let's count 0.001. 2. 10 by 3. 10 by 3. And 400. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to save this. We're going to move our test spawn location up to a place where we probably see more sun rays through the branches and stuff. Right, yeah, someplace like about here. That's a good place. So I hope it doesn't. I mean, I think we took it out before because at one point it was causing crashes. But hopefully not. We'll see. Because I really, those guard rays, the shafts of sunlight through the forest add such a depth to the scene. It's just one of those effects that's far greater than the sum of its parts. It gives a sense of, number one, it looks beautiful. Number two, it gives a sense of a scale and distance that you can't get otherwise without it. I just really like it. If we were making this in HDRP, we could definitely, use them by default. But somebody created a workaround that allows us to use it, considering we're using this. Anyway. Oh boy. I'm going to just step away and grab a beverage, and I will be right back with you in a moment. So, give me a sec. BRB. Still building. By the way, I'm wondering if I swear to goodness that sounds like a throbbing gristle. In this one like remix of a Nine Inch Nails song, there's this little bit, and I swear to goodness, it's got to be a throbbing gristle sample because it's got that weird sound to it. Let's see. Oh, hi, Linnea. Oh, yeah, it is. Were you here last time and I had to, like, stop because it was just being so troublesome? It just, like, every time I moved something was saying, sorry, gotta think. Sorry, gotta think. Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering, I think what we're going to do is, I mean, if nothing else, after this, we can't do the buoys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the wetland. Like we saw earlier, for some reason the upper lake of the wetland was gone, and I gotta fix that because well, kitty cats. Oh, good. You know, do we need sound for cats swimming? I mean, when a cat is, I mean, cats don't have to swim, but. We do want it so that if a cat does accidentally get pushed into the water, there's always a splash or something. Okay, ignore. Alright. Give me my God rays, alright? Let's see here. I don't see any volumetric rays at all. Hold on. What is our quality level at? Ultra. Huh. Our God ray. Oh, I think I know why. Hold on. I think you need to disable the current volumetric light thing in order for this to work. So we have to go back and. It's either you have to remove it off on the camera or the... No, you remove it off the light. Yeah. Yeah, see, we have two volumetric light things that I think they're fighting with each other right now. Let's get rid of that. Let's see. Shadow map. I'm just checking it. We seems to be having a problem. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I'm not going to see those. I don't care. Unity sometimes just bothers me. Oh, and by the way, great news. I mean, to those who are watching, Unity fired that absolute jackhole that came up with that crazy idea of the per install fee. Riccatelli or let me see. Let's go to Unity news. Unity. Because that's what we all want. Yes, this jackhole here. Goodness gracious. Yeah, continue. Fine. I mean, really, removing the fee was one thing, but we wanted this guy out. And I'm surprised he lasted this long. He probably just said, I'm not going to resign until you give me a golden parachute, or whatever. And you know what? He's just going to go to another company and screw it up there. You know, and I guarantee the problem, he was probably in some sort of contract where he had to resign, and he was like, I'm not going to resign until you give me, $100 million, golden parachute for turning your company into like a joke. But anyway, at least he's effing gone. This guy. I mean, I don't want to spit at my monitor, but honest to goodness, that was great news. And they need to just do some really serious stuff with the rest of their upper management. That, I mean, if anybody else in the upper management had any inkling of this 20 cent per install fee and went along with it, they all need to be shown the door. It just can't. Stupidity. I think I see a hint. We need to get a clear shot of the sun. And I think right now it's behind. You know what? I'm very sorry. We're going to have to go back again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up so that we have a clear sky by default. Because it looks like right now the sun is behind a cloud. And I'm not going to... I'm in no mood to wait. So, let's move the enviro default to clear. Volume measure. Let's see. Clear sky, set active. There we go. And I want to make absolutely sure I know where, you know, the skybox is. So there we are. Ah, there we are. Weird. This is very odd. I think I'm viewing it from below. Yeah, I'm viewing from the wrong distance. Sorry. Let's see. Where do we have the sun? Straight up in the sky. Okay. We want it more actually at so that it's not shining from above, but through the trees. So we have to move and change the time really quick for testing purposes. Yeah, nice sunset. There we go. A little bit more. There we are. Perfect. So, run it again. Ooh. I would have to go and take a look at the screenshot. Wayne says that there might have been a cloud in front of a tree. And a screenshot they said that should not happen because I think I is it that really big tree that's over by like where the art shrine is? Oh, I forget, the art shrine wasn't in the last beta, so I don't think that big tree was in the last beta. So no, it can't be that. I don't know. Yeah, let's see. I'm just checking chats up here. Wayne, reducing the complexity of different objects automatically. That's called level of detail. Unity has that, yeah. But let's see. Hold on. Okay, now the problem is we've lost all volumetric lighting entirely. Hold on for a moment. Let's just go back here. Camera, lighting, directional light. Go here. We're just going to turn on the volumetric light again. Continue. I don't see the sun at all through this, or any sun rays at all. This is odd. Sorry, this is so boring, folks, but this is what game development is. It's just, you know, having to test one thing after another. Just adjust, you know. I'm just wondering how come we lost X-ray mode. Let me see, main camera. Oh, I think something may still not be set correctly, and I've set it this way. I've tried to fix. I've fixed it a million times. Sun source. Sun source is not. Why? There we go. You see how that changed everything? For some reason, in the main scene, the sun was not designated in the lighting settings. And that's why. Stoomy. Okay, let's run that again. And then we may have to run it a couple more times before we get this running properly. But hey, you get to suffer through it with me. I think I know we had a Heather Lane, but I know her name is familiar. Oh boy. So anyway, okay, here we go. Yeah, not having the proper sun designated in the light settings screws everything up. So I think by now we're going to have those beautiful rays working. Ooh. Oh, and Laura has, over the last couple of days, one of the things that we wanted to add was, I mean, we have garbage cans, but I mean, we wanted to have it so that when the cats knock them over, stuff flies out. but there was no real way of doing that. But she was able to get it. But essentially, every time you knock over, one of those things, a garbage can or anything, a little bomb goes off that, you know, tosses everything. Now, one thing, Wayne, is okay. We're still not seeing any volumetric light on that sun. This is odd. What happened to our volumetric light? One step forward, two steps back. Crazy. What the heck happened here? Let's see. I think what happened was, because now I've designated the sun properly, let's go back and see. I think now we have to. Let's see if we have that same problem. In the trees? The trees shouldn't be reflective. What I could possibly think of is that perhaps some objects were exempted from skybox. Because you have to exempt I mean, basically tell the engine which things come between the skybox and the camera. I mean, we have had a problem with some trees being semi-transparent, and the eye issue and such. It's odd that I'm making this weird whack. You heard it right then? This little click sound all day. I'm like, what the heck caused that? Let's see, ignore. Yeah, we still seem to have lost all of our volumetric lighting. Golly gee. In my quest to add God rays, I screwed up our volumetric lighting entirely. That's not good. Doesn't make me look like I know what I'm doing, does it? No. Here's the again. This God ray thing is a workaround. It was actually It's like a mod for Enviro 3 made by somebody not made on the Enviro team. I think I'm gonna have to look a little bit closer into that in the future. So what I'm gonna do, because I cannot be satisfied until I fix at least two things on this game before I quit my stream, is I want to go in. Let me see what else we got here that I can fix. God rays, I swear to goodness, I had those working earlier. I do not know what the heck happened. But we can get it back. That's no problem. I could just revert the scene. That's no problem. Get what we have back. But yeah, I remember the first time I put it in there, it was an issue. It created an issue as well. So yeah, what we could do is we could place the wetlands back where they should be. And for that, we unfortunately need to go back to our mega scene and it's Veg 33. It's the monster. Actually, you know what? So much has changed. And one thing, heck, let's see, do I? No, we've added so much new stuff to it. It's crazy. But what I should do is actually, no, we will go there because we can see the work there as well. Let's see. So anyway, oh sorry, that shouldn't be up there. I don't know why I'm going through the my web browsing window up there. Yeah, we got a big old 7 cents coming out on Patreon. We're having biscuits tonight. And by the way, for those people who might be watching and wondering where their prints are, if you like donated at a level to get the art print. We screwed up the way we kind of we didn't do our premium system perfectly on Patreon, and as a result, we're always having to catch up. And about 3 months ago, I sent out a general email to everybody who had contributed, at postcard level or above. Have you gotten your premiums yet? Well over 350 people responded that they hadn't gotten their postcards, and probably about 400 responded they haven't gotten their prints yet. To clear out all of those prints would cost approximately $1,500 in postage. We are clearing them out every month as we can. We are up. I think we're caught up on all postcard premiums, and we have actually, if we are working with a publisher in the future, we have budgeted in money to make sure that everybody gets immediately all the prints can be sent out. We have a lot that need to go. Sorry, it's loading the biggest scene here. So anyway, let me see. Anybody with incorrect reflections? Yeah. Okay. Could did you include those signs in your beta in your test, Wayne? You say you saw signs that were not correct with the reflections. I think that may be because the metallic thing, or it may be something else. I'd have to see exactly which signs and which ones are you're talking about. And I'm sorry for those who are tuning in. We look at loading this. In fact, I think when I started streaming about earlier this year, I think it was in March of this year that I started streaming regularly on Twitch and here on YouTube, development of the game. And let me see. Sorry, my brain fart here. It's been about earlier since this year. Man, I totally lost my train of thought. You'll have to forgive me. I forget what I was talking about. But it was like, okay, so since I started streaming this year, it's been about, I think, we're coming up on November, which will be, 11. That'll be 8 months. We're about 7 months now of me streaming. I'm trying to think. What was my point there? That I'm an idiot? I don't know. Don't tell me that it's locked up. Okay. It may have locked up, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to do... In fact, no. I know it's locked up. What we're going to do is we're going to close all other apps. I'm not going to be satisfied. I have to finish the wetlands before I sign off, ladies and gentlemen. Those who don't want to deal with me, because what I'm going to have to do now is force quit and open Unit again, and opening the project itself takes about 5 minutes. So, hey, it's unfortunately, you're along the ride with me here. We could talk about movies or quantum mechanics or something. I don't know. I know so little about quantum mechanics. And by the way, add God rays. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move those down to 1. In progress. This is where we have in progress stuff. And by the way, wheelchair. One of the children on Peace Island, she's handicapped and she goes around in a wheelchair. We have not included that. It's supposed to be on one of the porches. That's one of the things we're going to add. And we're going to be doing this next. But we have to open up the project, which at like a 200 gigabyte project is going to take my computer a couple of minutes. What we're having to do right now is meta objects. I'm going to stop calling them meta objects and just call them garbage cans. Because I wanted to call them meta objects because essentially they're interactable objects with interactable objects inside of them. And I thought meta object was a good thing, but everybody's like, what? Let's see. Seagull rocks. Yeah, Laura, because the way things are set up, I don't know whether Laura's quest is 100% seagulls, 100% just yet. The mice, that is actually not, they don't appear in the church. Let me see. Church effect. And that's not giving anything away. Church mice, come on. Yeah, audiobooks. I started that I think last night on our Twitch. We had a couple of preliminary just audiobooks, and I want to put them in there as placeholders because we're going to replace them eventually. Because I want everything in the game to have something to do with something else in the game. And right now, all of the books and all the audiobooks and such are just placeholder content. We don't have stuff, I mean, that really relates to the story overall. But I still would like to have, like, a podcast in there, an audiobook. Has anybody here seen that? Listen to I did the podcast for the guy on the island. And write more books. That might wait, but actually, no, we need more books. Hot dog stand, that's outside the city hall. I'd really like it so the cats can. I have this idea that we can have these like bungee cords that are magnetic on both ends, and the cats can just pick up on one end and attach, enough, and maybe tow things around the island. And I would like it so that they could tow the wheelchair and let's see, the hot dog stand, and perhaps, I mean, I was thinking earlier it would be just too much of a management mechanic, but I was thinking, why don't we give the golf carts just a fuel? And if they're low on fuel or out, the cats have to get them recharged at the power station at the gas station there. Because they're electric golf carts. That was another one. Gosh, that adds another level of management and perhaps annoyance to the game, but it would also be kind of cool because you'd have to like literally, basically tow like one golf cart. It would be kind of tough to call it. You could tow the golf cart. One ran out of power, you'd be able to tow it back into the land. And also, I think we got it. That if a player is stupid enough to drive all of the carts into the ocean, they're gone forever. I want it that way. I should actually check that. I'm going to put that on our to-do list. Make sure that golf carts driven into the ocean stay there, because I'm a believer in making players. I mean, it is if the cats drive all the golf carts into the ocean, I mean, they'll be safe, but the golf carts will be permanently gone. And I'm a firm believer in like offering the player stuff like, oh, you could drive a golf cart if you want, but if you do drive them into the ocean, man, they're gone forever. By the way, image in the background. You can't see it now, but anyway, let's see. Okay, let's see. He says he sent me just 3 photographs over here that show us. Let's just see. Okay. Oh my. Holy crap. Wayne. Okay. Here's the thing, Wayne. When I see what's happening in these screenshots, let me just bring this over here. This is what Wayne sent me. And sorry for the cat butt right in everybody's face, but hey, that's the way it is. You see, it looks like where the clouds are, they are stripping out the leaves, and you're only seeing the tree beneath. The bare tree, and that tracks with a consistent visual issue I've been having, but we didn't see that just now when we were viewing the scene, did we? We were in the middle of the woods, and I think we were in cloudy skies, and we could the clouds were blocked by the foliage. Oh yeah, you're just including this to yeah, this is definitely an issue. Did all of it look like this, Wayne? Because this means the entire exterior looked like crap to you. I mean, literally, if the skybox was shining through, if we sent this to publishers, we're doomed. Because I mean, no, I mean that looks like shit. No, I mean, pardon my French, but that should not be. I didn't see that. You know, now you made me very worried that we sent something off to a publisher and released it that looks like garbage. But I didn't see that on our end. Well, thank you, Lance. No, sorry, not Lance. Thank you, Wayne. You've given me something that's probably going to keep me awake at night. Now, because I didn't see that at all. You know what you get in if you know what you get, Wayne, and a reward for that. Have you seen my my grindcore documentary? You get to see that for a reward. Uh, um, let's see, because really we have to wait, and I have to actually visit the restroom. And we have to wait for this thing to load up. So we're going to be stuck. And by the way, this image in the background, I asked, you'll see it like eventually without the stuff in the background, but I'm a fan of a cult musician by the name of Genesis P. Orridge, and I asked Mid-Journey to portray Genesis P. Orridge as a fennec fox meditating underneath a light, and that's what that is. So anyway, I'm going to. I'll be back in just a moment. This thing is probably going to be loading, and I want to keep you guys entertained while I'm away. Oh, Wayne, because no one else said anything. That's what you get while I'm away. Grindcore. I'm not a fan of grindcore because grindcore is music that's intentionally made to be as bad and obnoxious as possible. Grindcore is a musical genre made that is, I mean, I don't think anybody is a grindcore fan unless they basically are huffing meth or something like that. But this is a documentary that I made about one of the characters in Peace Island. I mean, one of the erstwhile humans. He was a musician kid, and you know he was experimenting with stuff. And you actually hear one of his songs that he did in collaboration with the guy who's camping in the forest, forest blogger. You hear his song, but he experimented with a lot of stuff, and he experimented with grindcore. And I wanted this one band out of the Netherlands to do the music for that guy's music, because these in a genre of music that's supposed to be absolutely obnoxious as humanly possible, this band called Feces Eruption really excels. Their music exhausts me. No, the sounds they make exhaust me. And what we were thinking is at a certain point the cats would have to like get past some like hostile geese or something, and if they had like a little MP3 player playing grindcore music, it would like cause geese go running. So I wanted the band Feces Eruption, which is just one guy named Geert Lucassen in the Netherlands, to do music, to do that sound for Peace Island. And there's a certain episode of SpongeBob SquarePants that the moment that I first saw it, I said, you know, this could totally be about that band. So the other day I had about like an hour in the morning, not doing anything else, so I edited this together. I'll be right back, and you can watch that, and it'll be play. It'll be, and by the time I'm done with the restroom, the game will be open, and we can start playing on that. So anyway, here you go. How come we're getting no audio? Oh yeah, I forget. Is it coming across in the audio? I have to make sure before I leave. I can't leave you with nothing, guys. So let's just go here.
Nothing satisfies like a good story.
Are you ready to go, Patrick?
Ah, get back! I wasn't gonna eat all of you!
Patrick, it's me!
Sponge!
What's this?
Well, whatever it is, it's mine. Well, unless I don't want it. SpongeBob, what do all these words say?
It's an ad. Dear comic book reader,
That's me!
have you ever thought about turning one of your poems into a hit song on the radio?
I've never thought about anything.
Send in your poem and $100, and we'll make it a hit. Can we go now? My arms are getting tired.
I want to send in a poem, and everyone would love it, and I would be a star. I wish not to be disturbed, SpongeBob, for I am about to erupt with a masterpiece.
Good luck.
Come on, you stupid brain! Work! It's working!
Patrick, don't sprain yourself.
Oh, what's going on? What is that horrible smell?
I'm making art!
Patrick, it smells like something crawled in your brain and died.
That's the creative process at work. Ready to go to the post office? I need to mail in my masterpiece.
The next day.
And that's why you're my cookie wookie teddy bear.
I hate my life.
I hate your life too, dude.
People, we have 17 more songs to finish this hour. Next up is I Wrote This by Patrick Starr.
This one's really bad. It made my eyeballs throw up.
Oh, yeah?
I don't care how awful his poem is. We spent his $100 already.
Come on, guys. We're going to do this if it kills us. And a 1, and a 2, and a...
They wanted you to have this.
My song! Ah!
Come on, let's hear it.
I don't know. You're not gonna throw dodgeballs at me?
I don't see any dodgeballs here, buddy. Just an artist and his work.
Yeah, and me too! Now, sit down and get comfortable.
Patrick.
SpongeBob SquarePants, are you ready to rock? Woo!
Wow!
Awesome! Did you like it? Or did you really like it? Oh, give me your completely honest opinion of how great it was!
Oh, how do I put this delicately? That was the best song I ever heard!
Do you really think so?
We need to get that song on the radio!
Let's go right now, come on!
Darn, I just got that arm back.
Anyway, we probably lost all of our viewers after that. So anyway, let's get back to my work here. Okay, ignore. And yeah, we were going to replant the forgotten wetlands of Peace Island and make sure that they're in there. Come on, yeah, waiting for code. And you gotta wait again. Oh wow, we didn't lose any viewers. Anyway. Oh, the Beyond the Folklore episode, yeah. Oh, you watched the SpongeBob episode. Okay, well, sorry about that. That I made you want to sit through it again. We actually have a second episode written, and but here's the thing: is we only needed that first episode for the beta, so that's not on our top list of things to take care of just yet. Maybe soon. But again, those will be the full version of the game. Because again, putting the first one in there is just a way for us to demonstrate that the functionality is there. So, number one, we're going to turn off the lighting. And we're going to turn off all that. And for some reason, we're still getting the effects. That's wrong. Okay, there we are. Weird. We're still getting some effects. See the light over, that should not be there. That's odd. Yeah, and I highly suggest, by the way, don't listen to any grindcore. It's not good. It takes pride in not being good, and it's sort of like the 4chan of music. It's just not good. I mean, I'm only a tangential fan of it because it's a bizarre phenomena to me that that people, there's an entire genre of music out there, or people out there who make bands to create sounds that are as obnoxious and bad as humanly possible. I find grindcore interesting in that regard because it's just unbelievably bad. Mm. We're gonna simplify this, by the way. It's turn off a few systems here. Okay, we're going to turn off Enviro. We're going to turn off the Vegetation Engine and Veg Studio Pro. That way everything will run 10 times, well, a little bit faster. Okay. So we already have this one, but it seems we have, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, global opt. Yeah, look at this. Lake polygon. Yeah, all the ones over here have been just basically, this is where the rivers are, right? Let me see. Okay, there's one of the rivers. That's the bottom. And I know the river is up here, but we seem to be lacking the one in the center. So what we want to do is, number one, get rid of this one, because that's useless. That's useless. And we're going to just duplicate this guy down here. Or gal, I don't know. Boy, I'm hesitant putting on any music at all because, again, listening to that crap is just exhausting. And by the way, I sent that video to Geert Lucasen, and he loved it. So he in fact, I remember my conversation with him when I was like, "Hey, would you mind doing a piece of music for our cute little game about cats?" And such. He was like, "Do you know what kind of music I make?" And I explained to him, "Listen, we have a character, blah 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 blah." Oh, okay, cool. And we talked about Tool, by the way, for a while, because he's a big Tool fan. Me, not the biggest Tool fan. I mean, Laura is a big Prefer Tool fan. I get it. I get it. I'm cool with Maynard James Keenan. I get what he's doing, but I can't say I'm just a huge fan of Tool. I'm more of, gosh, V&V Nation, Euro trash. Oh gosh. I thought I'd be able to. Oh, that's how. Oh, that's why. Boy. But let's see. What I'm going to do here is, once I get this into position, is I'm just going to add the static lake texture to it. And let's just see here where the textures are. We have Tislee's swamp material. Hold on. Did I ever? Oh, I never set my project settings correctly. So yeah, I was going to take the texture, check the texture on this, which is like tessellated swamp. Swamp tea. Okay, great. And I'll get that selected. Go into all of it. Okay. River. We want the lake. There we go. Right there. Or do we have something better? Let's just check on it. Nah. We don't want it to be a swamp, of course. Oh gosh, that looks like a swamp. Okay, we're just gonna have to go back to yeah, that's a believable enough space, I think. Because it butts up right against the rocks and such. Ooh. I'm gonna have to fix one little rock here. Hold on, excuse me. I want to cover up the part where the lake stops. Let's see, overrides would override that. And let's see, oh yeah, the frozen duck. Oh goodness, the frozen duck was there from like a. Jeez, I don't know why. Come on up, Ronan. The whole world wants to see you. Come on, Ronan. We don't get dinner until another 40 minutes. Come on up. Come on. See, the whole world wants to see you. Well, at least 3 viewers want to see you. Come on up here. Hello, everybody. I want to come up onto Eric's desk and get up all in his face and ask for treats, because he doesn't understand. It doesn't matter what time the sun sets. The cats are like, don't I get fed by now? My tummy tells me I get fed by now. So he's having a problem, because these days here up in Maine, we lose 2 minutes a night on average this time of year. So he always panics about this time of day. Am I being fed? Don't worry, Ronan. Yeah, but chill out, Ronan. Do I have any treats here? I'll toss him a treat. He'll be fine. Because he seems to really just want to get up on my desk. When I say treat, his ears perk up. I'll be right back. Oh, Lizzie. Oh, sorry. Lizzie, you open up the cat treats and they all come running. There you go. Olivia, stop being that way. There are treats in there for you. Cats, yeah, we get it. Yeah, okay. And yeah, this came with its own swim volume that I made sure is the right size. Because apparently, Wayne, I don't know whether it's you or reported this, but apparently people, when they got, actually, no, this needs to be moved a little bit better and over here. You see, didn't have a proper shoreline. Move it back. All right, there we go. That's good. You got a little path there the cats can get over to get to the little center there. So actually, isn't that? Yeah, actually, no, I can't go into that. Sorry, I'm wondering, is that? There used to be 3 treaty pines on the island. There's only 1 now, and is that one of the? But it wouldn't be, because that was land that was like blasted away to make Sorry, it's like game lore stuff, and I'm wondering what. I think I just put that there to form an island in the middle. But anyway, so we're good now. We've got that with its own like little swimming area, and what we need to do now is copy that over into our main scene. And by the way, and save that. I don't know how the previous ones got lost. I guess it was just some flub up. I mean, things constantly get lost in this game. And you know, most of the quests in the game right now, or you know, the betas, are not actual story related quests. They are most. I mean, that's. I think by the time, in 1 week's time, I'm confident we will have gotten pretty much all of this done. I mean, I know I'm going to be able to fix all of these two in about an hour. You know, when I look at this, 90% of it's going to be done real quick. So, hold on. I want to go into the water objects and paste that into where it needs to be. What the hell? Huh. How come we're not seeing it? Oh, I see. All right. Because of cost, I can't do buoys. Well, I could do that as soon as I sign off. But what I'm going to do is I say that's in work because there's a little issue there that I can see over on the right that I have to address. Well, oh, I didn't change this to 11, 20. So yeah, well, 31 things ready to be done. I mean, remaining to be done, and 76 done. So we're more than 2/3 the way done. But anyway, I think we're gonna have most of this stuff done. And over the like I was about to say, I think what we're gonna do is once we get all of the stuff that was in that list done, our only two remaining things for the public beta are story and that wish list down below. And I'm pretty sure Lance is going to want to stick with us to get paid long enough to figure out the thing so that we can get rain in the game. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, we're going to be able to get the issue with, what was it? The other thing. Oh, the books. You know, we so want it so the cats can get onto, you know, other objects. I mean, get stuff off of higher shelves. That's why we put in this. Hold on. Sorry, white box. Don't save. Not a good idea. I think I'm going to be reverting that entire thing. But yeah, this is the last thing I want to just test is show you because we had this figured out the other day. So let's see, library. What happened? Oh, FL1, yeah, not LV. Yeah, I'm just gonna drag the. Why not? Why not Unity? Oh, it's thinking. Okay, sorry. Okay. I'm just taking the library here so we can dash in. I could show you what I'm talking about here and make our. Don't simulate time and move us to a bright part of the day so we can just run around. Give me a moment. Because we got it so the cats can, move stuff around. One cat can get off on top of. And that's a puzzle solving mechanic I wanted in there, and I really wanted so that when objects are knocked down, we'll find a solution one way or another. As always, it's got to think. What? No. Okay. Ignore it. Oh, Lizzie. She's upset now too. All right, I'm gonna have to go offline, but we're gonna dash over to the library, and because I didn't stick her inside. I don't think we can just dash through these doors. Sorry, we got to respawn with the kitty inside. I apologize. And we're gonna go to the white box. Sorry, Lizzie. I'll be right with you, hon. Come on. Jeez, where the heck this is just confusing. Oh, game manager stuck in the middle. Test, and we are in test mode, correct? Test mode. Okay, test spawn location. Yeah, I just want to stick her right side of there. And what I'm also going to do is, I think. There we go. That's spawn. We're going to move Kalinae in there. She may not look best. I don't know whether their shader is working right now, but we'll just see. Because I want to try and demonstrate. We'll see. But anyway, I mean, in addition to working out these last few things with rain and these like complex objects, we really are going to be working really intensely on story. Let's see. Come on, Kalinae, come on with us. Oh, well, no, she's stuck. Oh, well, sorry, Kalinae. Come on, get there moving. All right, but anyway, you can see, all right, the carts no longer work. We had these working 2 days ago. Now the carts no longer work. Okay. Hold on, let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we wanted it so. Let me see if we can go to Kalinae now. Okay, so we wanted it so that. Here we go. Oh, dang it. I'm going to have to fix that mushroom sound. That is just not nice. How come she can't jump on top? What the hell is the issue here? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. And now we're going to go back to Elizabeth. Right? And now, because one cat is on top, you see, you can bring the cat over to where they need to be to get to higher. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, yeah, Lance was going to turn that off. Cats should not patrol. I thought she's in a clouder. Why in the heck? Yeah. Hold on. Let's just see here. That was odd. The clouder was broken. We may have encountered a bug. Let's just see here. Well, look at that. The cat moves off of it when you push them. That was not the case the other day. Something happened. Okay, well, I discovered a bug. All right, well, cats. That's not good. All right, well, we talked that up to 21. We made a little bit of progress, all of us together here. Even though most of the things I can't work on because it's either background programming or it's stuff involving credit cards that I can't do. Thanks for all those. I think I've been going for about 2 hours now. I need to go Betty bye. Well, not Betty bye, but I need to go offline so I can, number one, feed our cats, and number two, take care of these issues, that involve just more boring, me staring at the monitor and such. So tomorrow we're going to be doing that update on Patreon. And like I said, in on the 17th, we will be releasing basically the first official beta. That last one was more like an MVP release. So this is like the first official closed beta. So hey, if you want to check it out, donate $1 to the Patreon. And thanks for hanging out with me for all this time. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get as much done as I wanted, but hey, usually that's the way it is when you're working with Unity. You start, you're like, oh, I'm going to solve this one problem, and on the way you discover 2 or 3 problems, and the problem that you started off to try and solve turns out to be far more complex. But hey, that's life, and if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the game dev studio or whatever. So, take care. Thanks a lot for tuning in, Wayne. I really appreciate your tests. I'm sorry, your bug reports. You've been very, very comprehensive, and you pointed out a lot of stuff that we wouldn't have otherwise. And hey, for those everybody else, I'll be back in a couple of days. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.